YouTube, y'all? Welcome to another one of our interesting videos today. Today we're going to cover on a recently rained up topic that came up to my YouTube channel, and apparently there was this person, Mikayla Reigns, or we'll call her Miss Reigns. So she apparently was this like 2017. She ran kind of like a what do you call this? She saved a lot of wildlife, and she has like kind of like a company and campaign for it. But then when I heard as the years passed by, there was people, apparently there was also one volunteer that apparently became, they deviated away because apparently of how they treated her. And then what I'm receiving is that they're now using her as an excuse to make her look like a bad person. Every bad thing she does after that point, they're apparently making her look like a bad person with everything that they got. So apparently that's the info that I'm getting from the internet. So what we're going to use here, chat, is that we're going to use the Wayback Machine, and we're going to, not Amazon, we're going to use the Wayback Machine right here. All right, let's put that right down here. Now, this is big shout out to It's Blanco, all right, big YouTuber out there. But we're going to go ahead and see what the heck is going on, and we need to find and uncover our first pieces of evidence using the Wayback Machine. Here we go. Now we're going to copy this. We're going to go to our very first snapshot. Oh, okay, here we go. So what I'm getting right now, this is a new blogged place, so people are now criticizing. But what I'm getting here is that people are now finding ways to add bullying into the criticism itself, so that when someone tries to deflect, call the fact out that they are both criticizing and bullying, they can deflect all of the responsibility and call them a totally bad person, dismiss all of their concerns. That's what I'm also getting from the internet, so let's actually check this out. So, does anyone know why, in her quote unquote, does anyone know why many animals in her, um, or does anyone know why? I think that's a rhetorical sentence, and it's probably unreasonably high, quote unquote. But I'm curious if anyone has an exact number, quote unquote. Alright, so he's listing here now people, a lot of the animals who went missing. Alright, so nothing bad on the top of my head yet, but we're gonna keep on going. Let's see what's going on here. So, Velvet Boy. So, our goal here, chats, is number one, expose the users who were doing this, but most importantly, show the conversations that were going on. Because our goal here, especially with that Reddit and the person who deviated as a volunteer, but a question is why? Why are and were you doing this? That's my question. Why? Why are we doing this, and what's the reason that's behind it? So that's what I'm looking to find out. Quote unquote foxes aren't in my area that the way these animals are, but the way she handles her stuff makes me want to peel my safe. Um, she isn't in contact with any keepers and ignoring all advice. And once again, pushing two animals together when this happens, it's typically or just out of the blue and over a second. Males can crush a female skull in one bite. They're solitary by nature. I wish she would respect that, quote unquote. So now they're making a criticism that she's not doing enough. Fiasco escaped a prophetic name, quote unquote. Again, this here, y'all, this one's kind of like a troll comment. So this one's not really adding to any of the value. I will never get her taking them away from her family. Jackals are pup oriented, so must have been stressful. I am aware of weaning animals, but jackals stay with their parents for long periods of time, quote unquote. How's the extent of negligence not purposeful at this point? Like, how are you knowingly and willingly contributing to the unalivement of these animals and not seeing it as your own fault, quote unquote? Field. Y'all can pause to read this real quick. So I'm just showing the users who are saying this stuff. But So they're apparently talking about how her care is inadequate. But the thing is, my goal here, chat, is to find out why. I do get the general topic is that her care is inadequate, quote unquote. But my goal here is to find the root problem. What's the root issue that's making this conversation so much? And of course, I'm going to reveal these people to the internet. As I said, promise to reveal nothing but the truth. And of course, the people who have been making both critiques and bullying or critiques or bullying separately. We're just going to look at the comments as they are. Get fences. The thing is too much, unless Tumblr's side of the server deleted some bad comments. I think there's a lot more to this than just this conversation. So apparently, oh, Monarch saying this. All I can say to Monarch, yeah, says, quote unquote, you're an evil, vile subhuman. I hope we find out where you really are. I stand by what I said. There is critique, and there is bullying. This page and its user took a part in that bullying campaign of a mother. She wasn't perfect, and she wasn't perfect with the metrics that society gave her. No one can be perfect at their job. They be hid behind a facade of moral grandstanding to bully and smear a mother that cared deeply for animals. And no, I'm not mincing words. I do hope that the people took part in it, and both here and on Reddit get exposed. And well, okay, well, my end goal. I want their names, and that's of their children. Okay, not their children. Let's just get their children out of this one. All right, I want their names. I want them known. Let's see how that it will go for them. This isn't harmless critique. This is critique that contains both bullying and harm, and most importantly, critiques that also have other elements, so that if someone tries to deflect responsibility, they can just say it's a critique and that they can't do nothing about it. I think that's probably the best way to summarize that right there. It's a calculated smear campaign because they mixed number one, both critique and bullying to make it look like they were just completely criticizing her. But they use that cover as an excuse to bully her then. That critique is the moral grandstanding, while the bullying is a insidious thing that they did behind. So that's what I'm getting right here. So I know apparently someone's gonna deflect responsibility and accountability now. Let's see what's going on. And if OP did do that, deserved. Unlike Mikayla, she harmed no one and attacked no one. She is verbally, physically innocent. Equating her with these humans who bullied her is an insult to her memory. By defending these people, it's a good look, but no go. Bother your mother, quote unquote. Oh, so that's what I'm apparently getting here. Hey OP. Okay. Whoa. We're not gonna say that. We're not gonna say that. No. Wow. Hey, y'all, do what y'all want with this information. I think I'm gonna get out of here. So that's basically, I think this is like the surface level of the blog. I think there were probably more messages. So what I might do here, we're going to skip on that one. We'll still go back to the wayback machine. We'll skip this one. And we'll go to this one now. I'm going to do, oh, oops, no. We're going to do, now we're going to use the wayback machine on this. We have a few snapshots. Oh, so apparently there was nothing here. So let's try that again. We'll try this snapshot. So this is what he's saying. We're just going to skim through these conversations real quick, not like the last one. So here we go. Okay, there's only one here, so we're just going to skip on that. Um, we're going to go to this one now. We're going to use wayback machine. There's only one snapshot of this. Someone saved it, so that's good. Nothing here. So now we have multiple snapshots right here. We're going to check out, we'll check out the earliest one just to, this was while I was on my trip, okay. So this one doesn't load either. So that's not really good for me. Um, so it means if it's an HTTP 302 response time, that means it probably won't load. Let's check out July. We'll check out July 27, 2025 for that snapshot. What I'm getting here is that it's probably not on. Yeah, if we try to log in, it already knows I'm logged in, but if I try to log in, it will probably still lead me back to another back exit. It's not gonna lead me there. Let's check out this one. I already checked out that one. I think this one I'll have to check out. We're going to go to the Wayback Machine. I'm gonna copy that in. Only two snapshots of this. Okay. I think this is just completely about language. I want to check out the Hey y'all, do this one was deleted, so hey y'all, all I'm gonna say y'all is that to that one monarch guy, especially this was right here, I believe. To that one monarch guy that criticized everyone and then still got his own responsibility onto him. All I can say to Monarch on that one Tumblr post, bro, like if you watching this right now, this is all I'm gonna give you, bro. Right? Like Monarch, you deserve way more, right? Monarch, who was there? Alright, he was on the case can scroll back to the very first of this video where he literally called out everyone. All I'm gonna say, yo, this is who I'm gonna give to Monarch. Right? Now we're going to go to our very last one. Alright? We're going to go to Reddit out of all places. So we're going to copy this. Alright, y'all. Web Archive definitely did lag out for a little bit, but thankfully I do have access to the Save a Foxstar subreddit now. Here we go, chat. So, what I'm getting here, as I believe from the last video before my PC crashed, well, I had to restart my PC since the site wouldn't load up. Apparently, as a result of one of the people who deviated from her work, I believe it was one of the volunteers, they're now finding every reason to make her look bad now. Alright? So, this is what it is. Let's check out what they got. This is Pale Explanation 709. Hello, I'm funny 8529. This is what they're all saying right here. So, what I'm getting right here, y'all, is that they're making critiques, I guess. the foxes. I also have the videos too. Um, but I can't access the videos since it's inaccessible due to the Wayback Machine's things. The way it works is a little bit different than if the site was actually still up. So they're just posting everything that they think looks completely bad. Now they're posting like they're going from babies to foxes. That's completely different topics. So it does look like that they are finding every reason to make it look like a bad person, especially with that $400,000 car. So that's what I'm getting here, y'all. All right, that's what I'm getting right here. Now, this one's for the internet, y'all. You guys might 100% pause to read this real quick. All right. So what I get from It's Blanco, he also explained this one earlier. This is we're getting the explanation from the source itself. So basically, this is it, y'all, for the Reddit subreddit here. To be fair, yes. The subreddit, and let's go all the way back up real quick. Save a Fox Snark now has blood on its hands, and most importantly, y'all, I now have a little bit of stuff on my hands too, because now, in the future, I have a moral imperative to find Snark subreddits and find operations that are similar to this, and most importantly, take them down. What I'm going to call this right here, chat, I'm going to coin this the term for me. I'm going to put that in probably like my Google Docs. We're going to coin this Operation Snark. We're going to find any Snark subreddit that's abusive like this, and we're going to find reasons, and most importantly, report it to take it down. All right. I've just put a little bit of moral imperative and a little bit of their blood on my hands now. Now it is my moral duty to take some of these similar subreddits down in the future. And as I said, y'all, do with these explanations what you will. Do with whatever the people said on my other video said to. Do as you will with the evidence that is here. As I said, y'all, I'm not coming to a conclusion on this yet since this case is still, I believe, it's developing.